Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel where I am documenting my personal financial journey. I am a new homeowner of a multi-generational home, became one at the beginning of the year, used the proceeds from my grandparents' home selling as a down payment, and waiting for my mom's home to sell or rent it out, whatever route she ends up going, to pay off the remaining portion of the mortgage here. She does still have a mortgage and she has all the household bills, and because of that, I am taking care of the majority of bills. Today, I am going to be doing a check-in of paycheck number 2. So I did have some rollover from paycheck number 1, a total of $93.58, which I added to the income. And then, you guys, I got a YouTube paycheck, a Google AdSense paycheck in the amount of $122.31. Thank you guys so much. It is all because of you being here, supporting me, subscribing, watching, liking, all of the things. So thank you so much. This is actually my second paycheck of the year in total. I got monetized last, November-ish, and got my first paycheck paid out in January. So this is my second one. And I was going to put that here originally for an income, but I also got 2 checks from State Farm. They said that it was due to their one-time $5 billion, let me look at this. One-time $5 billion cash pack dividend that was announced earlier this year. And because I was a customer with them last year, they sent me some money. So let me grab my calculator. All right, so $122.31 is what I got paid from YouTube. I got 2 checks from State Farm for that payout. The first one was a total of $119.86, and the second one was $34.87. So that is a total of $277.04 of extra income. So I'm gonna just put other here. Let me flip it. I'm gonna try not to do a bunch of flipping this video. I feel like last video I was going back and forth and it was like, girl, pick a page, okay? So $277.04 plus the $93.58 rollover plus $95.50. This is my grandfather's portion of the HOA fee. And then I got paid $1,675.13 from my remote medical billing job. And that brings me to a total income amount of $2,141.25. All right, going down to the bills, I split the mortgage in half. So that's always $982.57 for the mortgage. Synchrony, this is a debt that my mom and I are splitting. And I included my cell phone payment here because we are on a family plan and my mom takes care of the whole bill. And instead of me transferring her my portion of the bill, I'm adding that in to my debt payment. I hope that makes sense. I feel like whenever I explain it, and it doesn't make sense. So anyway, the Synchrony payment plus my cell phone bill came out to $708. I budgeted $357.50 last paycheck, so this will be $350.50 for the actual. I budget $715 because my cell phone bill was $80. We have a discount for a few months where it brought it down $7, so I'm used to $715. HOA is still $95.50. Southwest Gas. Now I noticed that I had a different amount for the monthly budget, which was about $20 and some change. And it's because I try to go based off of the highest bill that it has been, and that's what it's been thus far. But this $1673 is based off of last month's bill, so a little discrepancy in that. But the actual that I paid for the Southwest gas bill was $14.94. I got rid of this Patreon membership, which was $5.40. The water bill came out to $57.22. Yes. Car insurance, I just double checked this and it is going to be $86.92. These three have not been taken out yet, but these don't change. So $108 for Apple storage and $35.32 for life insurance. I did calculate this off camera and it brought it to a total of $1,624.05. So we'll take the $21.41.25 subtracted by $16.24.05, and I have a total of $517.20 left over, which is a lot bigger than this original $137.35. I also transferred this personal expense of $35. The total amount is $70, so I just split that in half between the two paychecks. I get paid semi-monthly, and I haven't done any spending. As you can see, I just got paid on the 21st. Today is Monday the 24th, so there hasn't really been a lot going on. I did have just one transaction today, and that is for spending category in variables for amount of $5.44. So yeah, I am looking a lot better than I thought that I was. I knew that I was getting the YouTube paycheck, and I knew that I was getting those State Farm paychecks, but I didn't realize that they were all going to come at the same time. So I am very, very happy about that. I'm still not planning to put anything towards savings because I am going out of town here soon with my boyfriend, and I need to use that for that trip coming up. So I am going to plan to put that mostly towards spending. I've already filled out the date paid for water and gas. I was originally thinking that I would need to change the due dates for this gas, because I'm like, why am I paying this twice? But it's always going to be the second paycheck that is coming out of. And then I was initially going to use either rollover or buffer for gas, but then I was like, no, I already budgeted for it, so don't need to do that. So just waiting for the car insurance, and then that'll be all the bills for the month. I did come up here for my appointments, and I am using my health savings account to take care of all of my medical expenses. I have a high deductible plan through my company through my job, and because of that, I at one point had my entire out-of-pocket max of $3,700 saved up, but because I did have to come up with an additional $10,000 to go towards the down payment for the home, it completely knocked out my $7,000 emergency fund plus my $3,000 some change sinking funds that I had. So I was like, you know what? I max out my health savings account each year, and I'm just going to use those funds to pay off my medical expenses until I'm able to save up my deductible and my out-of-pocket max again. I do like to have my balance in my HSA to be the total amount, the total max amount, which is $4,400 this year. However, because I ended up paying this, it is a tad bit less. I'll put a screenshot. And what I have been doing with my investments is the additional money I just transferred over. So I probably won't be investing anything towards that this paycheck. And then the last thing I want to do is update the debt tracker. So again, my mom and I are splitting this debt between the two of us. This is for the flooring and the carpet that we had put in her home before we put the home on the market. It started out at a total of $15,244.89. There is no interest as long as we pay it within the promotional period, which is coming up here in October. They had the minimum payment amount to be due of $512. However, the minimum due that I designated for us was a total of is a total of $1,270. Split it between the two of us is $635. But because I started adding my Verizon bill within that changed to $708 for me and then $562 for her. So I paid this yesterday on the 23rd, $708. So there should now be a balance here of $3,106. And I am going to fold this up because these things are in the way. She pays her amount closer towards the due date, which is every third of the month. So when she pays hers, then I will be able to fill in this next section here. All of these sheets are created by me. I am still trying to get a Google Drive downloadable for you guys. Probably going to make the time to do that here today because I need to print out September's sheets. But anyway, I'll be able to fill out this next section here, which means that we have paid a total of 10 months. We are technically off 1 month of payment, but my mom said that she is going to cover that last payment, and when that last payment is made, then I will fill in the fryer here, and that'll complete the debt payoff tracker. So that is all that I had to update for you guys today. Thank you again so much for all of your support. Thank you so much for all of the new subscribers. Hey y'all, always my returning subscribers. I appreciate y'all. Y'all continue to take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace.